What's up, Grovelanders? Anyone who has been watching the channel knows my favorite part of every trip is the room tour, because all the hotel rooms are virtually the same. We stayed in room 1008 at Disney's BoardWalk Villas. This is the DVC section of this resort. When they are not booked, they do rent the rooms to non-DVC people. This is the end of our stay, so all of our luggage is here. The room has been used, but we tidied up as best we could. There is a kitchenette here to the left, and they do provide you with paper plates, no glass in the windows. I'm assuming it had glass at one point, but you got all your amenities here. There, it did come with coffee, but we used it. And then if you look to the right is the sink with plenty of lighting options. Closet here. Yeah, that's just all our used towels, pool towels, bath towels, you name it. But there is extra bedding in the closet as well as a safe. And then to the right is the toilet and shower. Small but effective. Continuing through is the bedroom, queen size bed. It did say online that there were some rooms with king beds. I did put a request in for a king bed, but we did not get one, so it wasn't a big deal. We have a queen at home. It was very comfortable. Colleen is doing some laundry right now, but we'll be doing our review after this tour. But as you can see, there is a little closet type dresser, drawers. We actually didn't even open this yet, so that's pretty neat. Hidden drawers in there. Everything's pretty nice. The temperature of the thermostat doesn't go below 68, and it did kind of get stuffy in here, even though it was set at 68. And I don't know if it's because it's a room sensor, so as you're sleeping, it doesn't sense movement, so it doesn't actually kick on. I don't know, but that was just one thing I noticed. It wasn't terribly uncomfortable, but it was noticeable. There are lighting options, light over the bed in the corner over there, and then this little entry light. Oh, we didn't even pull this down yet either. And I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this by myself, but this is actually a room that sleeps 5, believe it or not. Pull-out couch, 2, bed, 2. So this is a pull-down sleeper. You just gotta push this button, and the table folds down, and it turns into a bed. Ta-da! You get to sleep with Dumbo. This definitely is not gonna fit like a full-size adult. That is for a child. And we are on the first floor, so we do get a walkout patio. All the upper rooms have decks, but this tiny little patio here, they are all connected, so you don't have 100% privacy. And I noticed none of the walking paths connect to the ends of the patios. So if you want to take a shortcut and walk out of your room somewhere, you do have to walk through the bushes, or maybe down at the end you can get by the bushes better. We did not spend much time out here. We only got to sit out there this morning. We stayed 2 nights, but we were very busy. The resort is themed to like the Jersey Shore boardwalks, like Atlantic City, that kind of stuff. So you can see in the pictures behind me there's like carnival rides, Ferris wheel. Out on the boardwalk, there's midway games. After we got back from Epcot last night, we just went for a stroll out on the boardwalk, and there was a performer out on the boardwalk. So there are things going on. There's a couple of bars out there that are open till 2 a.m. for the adults and the nightlife type of atmosphere, if that's what you're into. It is a deluxe resort. It was around $600 per night. This is a garden view room, and I believe there are higher costs for different view rooms as well. And as you can see here, there is a door that will go to the next room, so you can rent 2 spaces and connect to them if you choose. The resort is very big, so there is a lot of walking. For the main entrance, you can split off to the left to the villas side, or to the right to the boardwalk inn side. They're both identical from what I can see. It's just one side is for DVC members, one side is for non-DVC members. Like I said, we're staying in the DVC side, and our room is pretty far down on the property. So it's a bit of a hike to the pool. It's a bit of a hike to the entrance onto the boardwalk. There are not a lot of options as far as making your way around out to the boardwalk or out to the trails, things like that. So those are little minor inconveniences, but it wasn't a problem with us because we are fully functioning and walk without any issues. But if you do have disabilities and you have trouble walking, just know that there potentially is a lot of walking to get from one point to another on this property. Back from laundry. So
Yeah, well,
how's the laundry service?
So free.
Oh, really?
It's free laundry. You just have to like pay $1 for your detergent, which okay,
you
and
bring
then
your own.
yeah, you can bring your own. And after I read the instructions, because as I was like dumping it in and putting the laundry in, I'm looking over here because you know me and my attention, I can't just do laundry. So I'm reading this thing that has a QR code and it says scan a QR code. It takes you to a website for Disney, and it shows you every single laundry room that's on site at Disney, and you select yours. And it has the washer and dryer set up, and then you select your washer or dryer, and it will tell you, when your wash is done.
So it notifies you.
Yeah. However, so I went on to BoardWalk Villas, and I selected number 4, and it said none available. Like all the ones said none available. So the setup.
So the system is broken.
Yeah. So anyways, on that it says, save your soap. Only use 2 tablespoons, and you can get multiple washes. As I had just previously dumped the entire box in, so our wash is going to smell very good.
What detergent was it? Tide.
But yeah, so I was like, I don't know what made me think like maybe I should just wait and watch the dryer. So they have 2 seats in there and a TV. I didn't turn on the TV. It's nice. It's a huge room. So you go in, they have like the thing where you can purchase your soaps and stuff, and then 2 chairs, a big counter, like very wide counter, so you can fold your wash there, and then that one has 4 washers and 3 dryers. So I put it in the first dryer, and something was like, just stay for a minute, and all of a sudden I don't hear the dryer going anymore, and I'm like, what is it? And I'm looking over, and it's saying something across the screen. So I went over, and it says F70 out of order, and that's what just kept flashing, and it completely shut off. So
but
I was like,
it did turn on at first.
Yeah, it turned on. It cycled for like probably like a good, I was probably in there 5-10 minutes because I was answering work emails, and so I took everything out. It was hot in there, like actually super hot, and I put it on permanent press, so I took it out and put it in another one, and then I waited another 10 minutes because I'm like, I don't want to wait because it says 60 minutes, so at 50 minutes I was like, looks good, so I'm gonna leave. But I'm glad that I waited because I would have been pissed if I got back
and it wasn't done
an hour later and it's still wet.
I mean, we're gonna walk the resort in a minute, so maybe we should check it when we walk by.
I would, just because that makes me nervous now.
So what are your thoughts of the room and the resort?
So I really like it. It's everything you need. Like, it doesn't have to be big, doesn't have to be fancy.
Well, especially for 2 of us. I did mention in the room tour, like, this does sleep 5, and that would be very crowded.
It'd be, so if you had a family of 5 in here, like when we brought our little kids, to feel like you had space, you'd have to put the beds up every day.
Yeah.
I mean, if not, you'd all just be sitting on your beds and not moving.
You don't have a table if you don't do that.
Yeah. So, I mean, would I, for a family of 5, just spend in this tiny little room $600 a night? No, I would get a resort off.
Yeah,
or like off property.
Yeah,
hands
for a
down,
full-size kitchen, all that.
Yeah, like you get a full condo. However, for us, I love it. It has the little patio out front. And what I loved last night, like we were just exhausted, and on the way back I was like, hey, I'm going to the pool. You want to go to the pool? And like we were able just to change and go right to the pool. There's only a few people in there.
The main pool closed at 10, so we just for a half hour dove in.
It's right out the door. It's like
from
a
hot
2-minute walk. Dove in, got to ride the water slide in, lay in the pool, and then it was a little, not chilly, but I was afraid like getting back in, so they have a hot tub there. Got in the hot tub, put the jets on my back for a couple minutes, and then we came in. So I love that fact when you stay off-site at like a condo or something. They have the pool and stuff too, but sometimes it's a long walk to the pool that you're like, I don't want to walk again.
You also have to like drive yourself or take some kind of transportation. It like kills your time.
This was so convenient. I have to say, now this is the second time we've stayed on site. It is very convenient to stay on site. Grab a shuttle, grab the boat, grab the skyline, whatever form of transportation you want to do. You park your car. You don't have to worry about it again. I see why people stay on site. Like
the convenience, but
everything's here.
The self-parking is far away
from
compared
this
to other resorts. Yes.
It is
So you,
full.
like, we dropped our bags at the front, and then I went and parked. So, like, right now, we're gonna take our bags to concierge, have them hold them, so when we are ready to leave, we can just bring the car up front to pick them up. So, I mean, there are conveniences of that too, to where they'll hold your stuff at
Like,
the
if you-
lobby. But
Yeah, if you have little kids, like when our kids were little, and one in particular would just run no matter what you said, like, ha, fun game, just run. I'd have your spouse or significant other drop you off at the front door with the little kids and wait, because it is a very far walk, like thinking with your luggage and kids, it's just,
and the we didn't eat at any sit-down restaurants here, but the conveniences of quick service.
right outside.
Mobile ordering this morning, I just mobile ordered our coffee and some bacon, and just from the room said, I'm here to pick up. So they're literally making it as you're walking to quick service.
I like this one because they have the big pool. They have the arcade, which all of them do. But the BoardWalk is really neat because you have the different restaurants. You have fast food. They have like the arcade games out there, just like you would
Midway
see.
games.
Yeah, like on like a normal BoardWalk, they had a magician out last night.
Yeah.
There's music. So like we didn't go into Jelly Roll. We walked down to go to
I
Jelly
think
Roll.
there's a cover charge.
But he's like, oh, there's a cover charge, but the doors were open, and
Yeah.
all I wanted to do was listen to music. So we literally sat on the water. Look, it's beautiful, lit up. It kind of reminds me of Boathouse Row in Philadelphia, like
I mean,
because
this
how
is
the houses
supposed
are
to be
lit up.
like Jersey Shore theme.
But you sat at the water, you looked at the lights. It was a gorgeous night, and you got to hear all the music with no cover fee because I wasn't going to drink. We weren't going to eat.
And there's a dance hall right next to it that was open as well.
Holy
That's
moly.
open till 1. The Jelly Roll's open till 2.
I would have liked to just walk in the dance, but not to do it because I was exhausted, but just to see the atmosphere because it was loud and it sounded like fun. Even Jelly Roll, like the people that were clapping, the dueling pianos that were going back and forth were wonderful. Like the music was fantastic. But yeah, I really think this resort is super neat because I was thinking about it this morning compared to Caribbean Resort where we stay, which I loved. But that pool, that resort's so massive.
And there's no slide.
There's no slide. We didn't even get to the pool at that one because it was just.
did, but it was cold. Remember? You went
Oh yes,
while I
we did.
ran to do a return at Universal.
And it was still a neat pool, no slide. I would stay here for the slide. I love the slide. However, my butt is a little sore because all the crevices in between.
the
each
seams
thing,
in the slide. That's a little
seams.
friction, even though there's water like racing down it.
By like the second and third time, you're like, oh my butt. I can take 4 times, and after that, my body's like, stop going down the slide, even though it's super fun. So yeah, I like this resort. I really do.
So the only, I guess, a negative that I was thinking, the Disney perks are getting less and less and less.
Yeah.
So your early entry is only a half hour.
Yeah.
Where at Universal, it's an hour. And at Universal, when you stay at a deluxe resort, you get 2 fast passes, skip the lines all day, every ride as much as you want all the time.
So that's why I was confused yesterday.
Here, you don't get any like lightning lane passes
Nothing.
by staying here. You still have to buy Genie Plus to use Lightning Lane. You still have to pay for individual Lightning Lane rides if you want to. And I obviously do because I'm not going to stand in lines. I'll pay whatever to skip lines and maximize my time.
But again, that's the 2 of us. When we were little and we had 3 kids,
Oh, yeah.
we would have never been able to afford.
Yeah. Paying
Each-
for all 5.
I
to-
do
to
feel
do
bad
everything.
for those people that have like a big family and they want to enjoy, but like you're stuck standing
Yes.
in line for hours because you don't have the extra $200-$300 to pay
A day.
a day
'cause it's,
to do that.
It's per day individually doing things.
Yeah, we would have never been able
I
to
mean,
do
just
that.
Guardians of the Galaxy was $14 each to book the individual paid Lightning Lane. So, I mean, I'm glad we got to ride it twice because
Totally
it takes
worth it
twice to
for
soak
us.
it in. But
I would not have been able to do it with the
$28 just to ride that thing on top of what you're spending to get in
You're
the
already
park.
paying for your tickets to ride the rides, and then you're paying literally to ride a ride
Yeah.
per person.
And some rides are worth it. Some rides aren't. All right, we're gonna walk the resort so I can get some footage to put into this video. So that's gonna wrap up our resort stay at Disney's BoardWalk Villas. Like I said, the DVC side, even though we're not DVC, they do rent those rooms out. The BoardWalk Inn side is the non-DVC, but I'm assuming they're the same design. It's just like a mirror image of each other. That's our resort review and room tour. Until next time.
Nice egg. Bye-bye.